Good morning, Thistledewers. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I have, I guess it was a swap. A friend of mine, a new friend from one of the Facebook groups, Joyce Clark in Peterborough. We met up to do our, I think it was napkin swap. We were paired up to do a swap at the beginning of the postal strike. And we live within a half an hour of each other. And I happened to be going to Peterborough to get my car serviced. So we decided to meet up and do our napkin swap in person rather than struggle and wait for the mail. So we met at Value Village and we talked for a few minutes and shopped around a little bit. And then we parted our ways, did our swap and parted ways. We've kind of kept up a little bit through Messenger and Facebook. And she messaged me the other day saying that she had seen my Edith Holden videos and was interested in one of the paper pads because I got 3 paper pads that I purchased off of Facebook as well. Anyway, I was willing to part with one, and she said she was cleaning out her craft room, and she said that even though she knew that the paper pads cost me a bit more money than I had intended to pay for them, that she would make it worth my while. So I'm happy to report that she indeed did. And I wanted to also let you know to watch to the end of the video because I'm going to show you a very special thing that she made for me as well. Or at least she gave to me something that she made. I don't think she made it especially for me, but the first thing on the package of goodies was the couple of these die cut books. These were at Dollarama last summer, and I did have one of each of the books. I think there was a couple of them. This might have been one of them that I got doubles of because it had dream catchers and mandalas. So she gave me 2 of these. So I'll go through those. And what I did with the other books that I had was I took all of the die cuts out of the book and sorted them by theme, I guess you would say. I might leave these ones intact for a while, but that's the first item, 2 of those books from Dollarama. Now it looks like she got them at your dollar store with more. But they're the same ones that were at Dollarama last summer. Weekly sticker kit, 160 pieces. So this looks like planner stickers, maybe. Little checklist things and little women. So these are cute. And I know that if I don't use all of these, my niece Kimberly likely will. She does bullet journaling. And so she might be able to use some of these. So Kimberly, if you're watching, those might be coming your way. And then a couple of books of, these ones still to be identical, alphabets and word stickers, again from Dollarama. And they have all different sizes and types of words and letters and phrases. And here's another one that's words and alphabets. And then a vellum quote stack, holidays and seasons, 40 sheets. So these ones aren't stickers, but you can glue them down, or I've seen people do these as an overlay on something and just sort of do a crisscross of staples or something to hold it down. And then there's a bunch of these, 1,557 pieces of stickers, and it's 30 sheets. So big, Me and My Big Ideas is the brand. I like that little square. I might have to cut those out. And these are, it says, what does it say for a theme here? It doesn't. Oh, seasonal. So this one's seasonal. There's different ones here. So again, these are kind of, I think, geared to planner, but they can be used for anything, and I do all sorts of things. Yeah, see, today to do, remember to buy, to go. So yeah, mostly like a planner kind of sticker, but I can use these ones as in collage and backgrounds and stuff. Some of the seasonal ones will be fun to use. So again, Kimberly might have to help me use these up. And then this one is the same sort of book, and it's rainbow. Ooh. So it looks like maybe there's a page of each color. They are like planner stickers. So Joyce was telling me that, you know, she was cleaning out her craft room and that she had just sort of decided, she's a few years older than me, we won't say how many, Joyce, but that she had decided at her age and her time of life, decided what she was going to focus on for crafting, because she's got one of those craft spaces that just has everything in it. She had just finished tidying it up, so it looked really nice and everything was perfectly tidy. But I'm sure, just like all of us crafters, that it doesn't always look that way. But anyway, she had decided what she wanted to focus on doing, and all of these things just didn't fit into that plan. So that's kind of why she was able to get rid of them so easily. That's another rainbow one. Oh, and the other one was teacher stickers. So it's homework. Sorry, I flipped through that while I was talking. All these different things related to teaching. Test, final, quiz. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. My sister is a teacher's assistant, so that'll be fun. And I have a niece who works in the school system too, so might be able to share some of those with her as well. And then planner stickers, 265 pieces. They don't seem to have a theme, but I see a lot of tropical beachy stuff. Pineapples. I like the arrows and the stars. Some little phrases. So that's fun. All of that is fun. And then there was some washi tape, some Halloween washi tape it looks like. So I can roll that onto my playing cards. I keep all my washi tape on playing cards. It takes up a lot less room. And I just roll it onto the playing cards while I'm watching TV. She gave me a whole package of the big paper clips. So I will be doing a series of altered paper clips. Not that I didn't already have some, but now that I have so many more, it makes sense to me to make myself up 80 altered paper clips. Now that I've got them, I'll just make it a thing that I'm going to do. So watch for that. And then this was really unique. Sorry for the crinkling. This is very, very thin. It almost feels like it's metal, but I don't think it is. It's a metallic paper, and it interlocks with itself like this. So it's like a sleeve for something. It's too skinny to be a sleeve for a cupcake, and it's not the right shape, so I'm not sure what it was intended for. It's got a pretty leaf pattern on it with a scalloped edge on one side and a straight edge on the other side. So I'm not sure what it was for. If anybody knows what it was originally for, do comment below and let us know. But of course, I'm not going to use it for its original intended purpose anyway. I just thought it would be good to have a little blingy accent. And then I think Joyce bought these little envelopes the day that we met at Value Village. I think I was talking to her, standing by her cart, and she showed them to me that day. And there was a whole bunch of them, and she can't find the rest of them. So she either redonated them or just put them somewhere safe to give some to me, and she can't find them, which we all do that. But I thought these were really cute because they're with the rounded flap. I thought that was really neat. And she's put them in little bundles with these cute little metal paper clips that have shapes. So that one's a little bear. This one's like a little piece of candy. And this one is wedding rings with little hearts. Very, very sweet. Appropriate for Valentine's Day. And then a bunch of other spiral paper clips. So those are cute. And then these are cardstock, glossy pictures. Oh, they're postcards. So they're all Egypt postcards. And I had probably mentioned in a video that I liked the Egypt theme and wanted to do one for my son. We used to read the Kane Chronicles, I think it was, which was a bunch of kids that solved mysteries and stuff related to the Egyptian gods and things. We read those, and we also read the other one about Percy Jackson with the Greek gods. And then there was some plain envelopes, some paper bags, white ones and brown ones, and these will make awesome little mini journals. I can see myself doing a series of those now that I've got an abundance of them. And then a pad of notes organizer, 80 sheets, 6 by 8.5. So it's about half of a regular letter size. And these are, I don't know if these came from Dollar Tree. I think I remember seeing them in someone else's haul. I think it was Marie from Crafty Girl in Texas that got these at Dollar Tree down there. So it has notes, date, subject, and then a blank spot here and a summary down at the bottom. And I think it's the same all the way through. So that's an interesting layout. I think she said she really liked it, Marie. I've been watching her for a few years. Probably started at the beginning or just before COVID. And then when COVID hit and we were home so much, I got into a lot of those YouTubers. Guest checks, several of them, from 32 to 44. So that tells you how many. Nice blue color. And some punch cards. And I thought that these were rare, but Joyce said she got them at Dollar Tree, I believe, was what she said. So kind of interesting how you could track your hours. I should have my husband do this for his work. And then these were little envelopes with a clear front on them. So I can't remember where she said she got these, maybe from Value Village, but I'm trying to figure out how I'll use them. I'm sure I'll figure something out. And then there was some little index cards that are yellow and mustard yellow, sort of. Little scroll design on them, good for recipe cards or whatever. And then these are cards out of the photo boxes that you get at Michael's. I've got a couple of those. I've never thought, but those would make good cards to decorate too. A bunch of black paper with lines, probably out of a, well, it is out of a spiral notebook. We used to get these when we had the gel pens. I personally could never get my gel pens to show up on them. Maybe it was because I had cheap ones. I don't know. But I do like black paper, and I will use it probably in my die cut machine. And then a couple of these reddish brown envelopes from Temu. I haven't purchased any of those yet, but I kind of like the look of them, especially in the fall. And then a whole bunch of these letter size envelopes that are like a parchment type of paper. I really like those for using it as pages in an envelope journal. And then some vintage receipts. I think she said these were out of her mom and dad's or his mom and dad's stuff. So those are really old. Nice to have genuine old receipts. And I may scan these before I use them, just so that I can print more if I want to. Still not quite the same when you print them, but at least you're preserving it and you might have a use for it later. And then, what's this? Oh, this is more of those, I think. There's a blank page in between. So it's like, I don't know, it might have had to have the carbon paper in between. But even that old plain paper is got that old texture and it's perforated. So that's cool in itself. And then a bunch of these sales slips. And these are Blue Line 2010, and they have the white and the yellow copies. So I got from 213 to 224. So this is a great addition to my vintage ephemera stuff. And then a little statement that you would handwrite for a company. I think her family was farmers, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out. We'll have proof of that in the end here. And then Bank of Montreal deposit slips for business usually would use this type of deposit slip to put all their checks, all their cash that they took in that day or whatever, that day or week, and take it to the bank or send it in the slot in a money bag. And then there's a bunch of these papers, and then there was some envelopes that went with these. Maybe that was the first plain envelopes that I showed you. This is like a topographical map kind of thing. Note paper. I'd definitely be able to use that in my collages. There's another one of those parchment envelopes. And then there was these envelopes, which are on the inside, they have like a Bridgerton style print with ladies and roses, and looks like a cake with a topiary, just really pretty. And then the paper itself is that matte, pebbly paper. It feels old. I'm not sure how vintage it is. It might be quite vintage. Really like that. And then these day planner pages that are lined with this pretty floral arrangement. Those will make great pages in a junk journal. And then a little bit of graph paper. This is like from probably a composition notebook size book. Love that. I love graph paper because I'm a kitchen designer. And my son is studying architecture, and my husband is a carpenter, so we use graph paper. And then this, she was sharing some very vintage transfer paper from McCall's for cutwork patterns. She had 2 envelopes of these, and you can tell by the price that they're old, 35 cents. I don't know if I'll find a date on here. 1942 is the date on this one. And so she kept the other envelope, and she gave me a sample of each of the pattern tissue paper. So this is the type that you would cut it out, the pattern that you wanted, and then you would iron this onto your white linen, and then you would do embroidery, and in this case, cut work embroidery. My mom and my mama used to do that, not with the cut work, but with embroidery and also with the Artex paints. They would do the iron-ons and then paint the designs. And then she gave me a stack of these Christmas stickers, which I think I did get some from Temu and this year, and I didn't use any of them, but I do like them. They're all very vintage looking with the brown borders instead of a white border. So I will put those into my Christmas stuff, and I'm going to be working on some Christmas in July videos before July comes. I want to have them all done and filmed and ready to roll in July, so that in July I don't have to be filming if I don't want to, or at least I don't have to be filming that. I can be working on the next season or spending more time just doing art and camping and stuff like that. So another thing she gave me was a whole box. Well, it's a pretty full box of Grand & Toy transparency films. It was 100 sheets originally. And so it's the clear plastic. Some of it has a matte side. You won't be able to see it, but you can kind of hear the difference. When I rub that one, it doesn't make the same noise as when I rub this side, because this side is more textured. So Joyce said that I can print on this, so I will definitely be playing around with that. There is a sheet in here telling you how it works. I've never heard of this company, Arkwright, but it's telling you how it works. I know that they used to use this in the overhead projectors. It's telling you that you can use it in copiers, dry toner copiers. So I'll have to try it at home and at work. I think we have the same type of printer, but I will try it and see if I can do any printing, and it might make some really nice images if I can get them to print on there. And then some blue and green and red ledger paper. I have quite a little collection of ledger built up. I don't have this type, so that's cool. Thank you. And calligraphy practice paper. I mentioned and showed a calligraphy book that I just recently purchased. And it's got like a slant to the graph. And so it's, I guess, intended for you to work on your script writing. So that's going to be fun to play with. White parchment paper. It's a little thicker than, and not as waxy feeling as what I know as parchment paper now. But yeah, very cool. 12 by 9, and it was 50 sheets. So it's just part of the roll, or the pad, which is fine. I think she said she got most of this vintage stuff. Some of it's from her family, but a lot of it also came from Value Village. And then another brown line, white and blue and orange, reddish orange. Ledger paper as well. I don't have this one, so that'll be added to my collection. And then here's the really fun vintage stuff. Oh, I'll get to this last. This folder here. I love the blue folder. Absolutely love the blue folder. She said you got that at Value Village too. This one is, she said it was a CD envelope or CD pocket. Yeah, it says right here. Encart frontal pour boîte de CD. Oh, it's a liner for the jewel cases, the clear plastic cases that hold CDs is what it is. It's you can print on it, and then that would be like the cover telling you what's in that clear plastic case. It's not just a pocket. It's got the little spine. I know that's really hard for you to see, but that's what those are, and there's quite a few of those, and they're a lightish weight cardstock. And then a pad of the primary paper, which is also good for practicing your calligraphy. Most of a pad. I know this is available at Dollar Tree. And then some more graph paper with green lines, and some graph paper that's kind of like a newsprint quality almost. It's not a pure white paper. And then the blue lines. And then this one is vellum, but it's graph paper. Love, love, love it. And it's ledger size. So it's like 11 by 17. And then there's a cardstock backer with that. So it's like the back end of a pad of that. So I'm going to put these other ledgers in with it, and these other graphs in with it. Very excited to have so much vintage stuff. And then she gave me these, which I was surprised. I took them quickly before she changed her mind. Vintage Farmer's Advocate books, which I don't think I have any of this. I've got some old farmers booklets from my grandfather, my grandpa, Greer, from his farm collections over the years, but I don't think I have Farmer's Advocate. I'll have to go back and look through them, and maybe I'll do a little flip through of some of those one day. But these are like a ledger size as well. And this one is from January 5th, 1922. So I like with these the ads and using them in collage and clusters and tags, and I have some farmers in the family, so it might be cool to do some vintage farm stuff for them, for the men. There's a little moth that I can use. Graphs. There's where you put the button on the ear of the, probably cow. Nope, pig. This is a thing about the bacon market. So it would be a pig's ear, and you put a button on it with an identifying number. So that's kind of neat. I think they still do something like that. They're probably different now. You know, there's just some good animal pictures. Lots of great text that's nicely aged. A big haystack. Dog, some people. Just really cool vintage articles and pictures and numbers and the ads. I just love, like Purity Flower ad. Absolutely love that. Be great to use in a cookbook journal. Banking stuff. A lot of farming stuff, of course. But here even pimples and rash on face and neck, burned and itched. Cuticura healed. So they put it, it's an ad, but they kind of make it look like it's a story. We call those now an advertorial. I guess it's not all that new. Molson's Bank. That would be good for a beer drinker. All sorts of cool things. Farm labor, silos, different kinds of cows, dispersal sales, the price of butter. Oh, they were projecting it. Oh, what's this? Oh, no, that's just from 1914 to 1921. I thought that said 2024. So that's really cool. And then there's another one from 1919. Same sort of thing. So if anybody just sees something that they just have to have because it's, you know, whatever, the kind of cow that you had or that your grandfather had or whatever, I would be happy to share a few pages or swap for some things. Talk about the markets. A few old pictures with people. There's a big one with 5 roses flower, meatless days. That's cool. So how to make pancakes and make it into a meal. Cream of the West flour. I've never heard of that. Maple Leaf Milling Company. Lots of cool things. There's a Coleman lantern ad there. Great for a camper. Fertilizers. Oh, look at this one with the barns. Very typical farm scene in Ontario. And that's about roof metal. So they're showing the roof with the missing shingles. Pressed bricks. Wanted, a practical farmer. Very cool. And you know, it's so much easier for me to tear up somebody else's heirloom old papers than my own, because like I said, I have a bunch of these from my grandfather and I have not been able to bring myself to cut them up. I know it would be better preserved if I made it into something that someone would use, like a bookmark or a little notebook that they could keep track of their own cattle sales or feeding costs or whatever they wanted to keep track of in this little notebook that I'll make. I've got a few people that I've got in mind, and you may have an inkling of who you are. Oh, and look at this. Look at all the little line drawings of fashions, farmers' fashions, farmers' wives' fashions. So that's cool. A little story about the inglenook. I love an inglenook. And then puffed wheat and puffed rice. We ate that when we were kids. Bovril, invigorating hot drink. Very cool. Oh, enameled ware. My sister-in-law would like that for a little journaling card or the cover of a book. I'm going to have so much fun with these, Joyce. You don't even know. Well, you will know because I'll make sure that I show you what I make out of them. Another lantern. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I might take these. I just am home for a few minutes putting wood in the stove, and I'm going back to my dad's this afternoon. I might take these in and show him because he might find them interesting too. Like I said to Joyce, my dad has a 1922 Oldsmobile, so he might be wanting the something out of the 1922 book. Guarding against thieves, more pig stuff, horse stuff, cow stuff, fertilizer. Might be really interesting reading for some of the new age farmers to read how the people thought of the farming back in the early 1900s. Well, over 100 years ago. There's one my husband might like. Essential features of pear pruning. He's working on growing trees these days. That's sort of a hobby he's taken on. Congolium art rugs. Unlike woven rugs. So these must be like the linoleum carpets that they wouldn't go all the way to the edge of the room. You'd paint the floor around the edge, and then this linoleum would go in the center of the room. So this is an ad for it. So 9 feet by 3 feet, $5.50. 9 feet by 10.5 feet, $19.20. And more fashion pictures. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just create myself a little file just for these kinds of clippings and have them sorted by type. Renfrew cream separator. I have another family member that lives out that way. Bank of Toronto. Don't think that exists anymore. Probably turned into the Toronto Dominion Bank, which is now TD. It's still Toronto Dominion, but they go by TD. Oh, I love the fences. The intricate wire fences. Hopefully you can see that. Love that. Even like that it's a black background. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you very much, Joyce. Now I'm going to just make sure those fires are going, and I'm going to head back to my dad's. It's very cool out today. And we didn't want the pipes to freeze. When I was heading out, it's a 20-minute drive from my dad's to here. My car said minus 12 Celsius. So pretty nippy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing my little flip through. What I took to Joyce was the pad of paper from Edith Holden style, and I took her a full roll of the player piano paper and a little bookmark notepad that I made, and a few other little swatches of torn fabric strips that I thought she could use in her Edith Holden book that she's planning to make. So on I ripped strips of fabric, I put them on these little cards. So I took her some of those. And an ATC, and that's what I told you to wait till the end for. She was making ATCs for a group on Facebook, and the theme was Year of the Snake. So I guess this year, 2025, is the year of the snake. And so she had made a pair of these cards. And she has an artist trading card stamp. I need to get one of those. So she's got her name, title, Lunar New Year, January 20th. No swap, 1 of 2. So she just made it just yesterday or Monday. Yeah, just yesterday. And then the little red tassel and the Chinese coin for good luck. And she told me that she had something with this snake design on it, and she had it and used some plastic and traced the snake, and then did it like a shrinky dink. It was bigger. So she shrunk it in her toaster oven. And then it's raised up a little bit on this card. So we've got some textured paper, some more paper pieces that may be like from a I don't know if they're from die cut parts or if she just cut them out. And then the background paper looks like it might have been, oh no, it's 2 pieces. It's this black and gold design, and then another layer of gold, and then the red with the inking. So, and then a little metal grommet in the corner and a bulb pin. So very cool. I was happy that I had taken her an ATC as well. I took her one of my Purple Birds ATCs. And so I was glad that we had an ATC swap in the mix. So again, thank you very much, Joyce. If you're cleaning out more stuff, I would be happy to do another swap. Go back and watch a couple of my haul videos and just let me know what you want. And we'll do something again. It's not a hard drive for me to pop out after my shift at work. It took me about 20 minutes to get out there, so not too bad at all. And this is the paper, the envelopes that went with that paper. So anyway, that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Most of all, have a fabulous day and happy crafting.